Good morning, Year 4. This is my hints and tips video for our maths lesson today, equivalent fractions 2. So on the board I've put a little fraction model, bars, showing 3/5 is the same as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6/10. Okay. So I'm now going to write those fractions. So we've been looking at them in terms of just looking at in bars, which we'll always kind of like continue to do. But we can also begin to think about what is happening in terms of patterns, and it's going to help if we've got some idea of how one pattern will change in equivalent fractions. Okay, so if we think about 5, the denominator here 5, it's changed to 10 in this equivalent fraction, and the way that 5 has become 10 would be multiplying by 2, because 5 times 2 is 10. And here, if we look at what we would do to 3 to become 6, we would multiply by 2 as well, because whatever happens to the top of our fraction, to keep it equivalent, we need to do the same to the bottom. So whatever happens with the numerator, we need to do the same thing to the denominator, and whatever happens to the denominator, we need to do the same thing to the numerator. Okay, so that's the process, and if we can begin to sort of start to see that change, it's going to help us a lot, because the White Rose sheets today go very deep, very fast, okay? So here we're going to do another example. First of all, without the fraction shapes, but then also thinking, okay, so I need to know 3/4 is the same as how many 12ths, and I need to think what do I need to do to 4 to make 12, okay, in multiplication. And I'm going to multiply 4 times 3 is 12. Now, the rule that we just looked at is whatever we've done to the top of the fraction, we need to do to the bottom, and whatever we've done to the bottom of the fraction, we need to do to the top. So here we've multiplied our denominator by 3, so we must do that to the top as well. So 3 times 3 is 9. So 3/4 is equivalent to 9/12. Okay, and if we need to prove that, which is always a good thing to do, okay, we can go to our fraction wall and you can use the one on the computer if you like, the one I gave you a link to. Okay, and you can show that 3/4 is the same as, or equivalent to, oh, I'm running out of 12ths, so it's equivalent to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's our 9/12ths, okay? But we could see that there is a method we can use by working out how the denominator has changed or how the numerator has changed, and then doing the same to the denominator or numerator depending on which one it is. Okay, it's just you must do the same to the bottom as you do to the top, and you must do the same as you do to the top to the bottom. Okay, I just thought we'd have a quick look at this 4/8 fraction, okay, and think about why we're using multiplication and also division. Well, I think the clearest thing that I can tell you, I hope, is that if you think of what division is, okay, and our fraction, all right, our fraction actually with our 4 with our numerator, this is my number and my denominator, okay, and actually this means 4 divided by 8, okay, and if you've got a calculator you could work out 4 divided by 8. So here's my calculator. I think you can just make out the digit on the screen. So I'm going to do 4 divided by 8 is the same as 0.5. And we're coming to decimals, but we won't worry. We're just going to do it in fractions at the moment. So don't get too concerned, all right? But as long as we know that our fraction means divide, so when we're looking for our patterns in numbers, the reason we don't add or subtract and we look at multiplication or division is because our fraction actually means divide, okay? So here I know I've got to work out and convert my eighths into halves. Okay, now some of you will just be able to see it. I hope a number of you will actually. Okay, but if we look at what we're actually kind of doing mathematically, we're saying 8 divided by something has given us 2. Okay, and you guys are great at your rock stars, and you really need to know your times tables to be able to do fractions well. Okay, so 8 divided by 4 is 2. So when I'm looking at my numerator, I need to do 4 divided by 4, because whatever I've done to the bottom I need to do to the top. Whatever I do to the top I need to do to the bottom, okay? And 4 divided by 4 is 1. So my numerator here is 1. And there we go. 4/8 is the same as 1/2. Okay, so this is the second side of the sheet, and this is where it starts, I think, to get quite tricky. Okay, and I just think it's a horrible question. All right, so Mo is finding equivalent fractions. 6/8 is equivalent to 4/5. Do you agree with Mo? Okay, so what they've done is they've given you a bar for you to work out 4/5. fifths, and then they're trying to show you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is our numerator here. But if we've got 6, we can't do it out of our eighths in the same way. Okay, it also, I can see that we cannot multiply or divide 8 to be a factor with 5. Okay, there is a way when you're in year 5 that we will be able to teach you how to compare these fractions really accurately. But if we just look at the fact that 8 is not a multiple of 5, okay, we can identify that these fractions cannot be equivalent. Okay, and for this one, number 4, is because there's so many numbers on the sheet, I think it makes it look horrible. Okay, find the missing numbers. Sam, Corey, stop. We've got 2 14ths, 4 14ths, and we can see 14ths, 14ths, and a 14th at the end. So you should be able to see a pattern. I hope straight away that you will see we are counting in 14ths. Okay, and then you'll go 2, 4, 8. Oh, I know what must be missing there. Okay, and here in a similar way, all right, it's showing you sevenths, and our numerator has gone 1. There's the missing number, 3, 4. Okay, and if we look each of these fractions on the number line are equivalent value. Okay, they are the same. And quickly, what's happened here? Oops, so we know we're going up in 15ths. So 9. We've done from 0, 1, 2, 3 steps to get to our 9. So 0, 3, 6, 9. Okay. We could also look about what's happened here to our 5 to make it 15. Well, it would have been multiplied by 3. So we need to multiply our numerator by 3. Okay, and there's our 6. All right, I'm going to leave you to crack on with that one. Okay, and we have to whiz along because otherwise I'm going to run out of time. Here is a number line. What fraction is each shape pointing to? So we've gone between 0 and 1 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steps. So that means that each step must be worth 1/7. Okay. So we would have 1/7, 2/7, 3/7, 4/7, 5/7, 6/7, and there you would have your 7/7 being 1 whole. So now you can see what each shape is pointing to. So 3/7 and 9/21, and I've just given you these big clues. Okay, and that's basically it because we're out of time. All right, so work hard, have fun, don't panic.